Good evening, and my name is Penny, and I am a Fire Fairies Favorites owner. It's a jewelry shop. I have a website. It's called firefairyfavorites.com. I make handmade beaded jewelry as well as different crystals, pendants, bracelets, necklaces, and earrings. 50% of all my sales goes back to the MS Society due to the fact that I have multiple sclerosis. So what I wanted to do tonight is just give you my story, my MS story. So stay tuned. My story starts back in 2002. I started having some issues with my left eye and I couldn't figure out what was going on with it. I went to the doctor and he basically told me that I had a brain tumor and in the next 3 weeks I was to get married. So I'm going to fast forward a lot of this for time purposes. So after I got all that situated, a couple years went by, and now it's 2006. I'm sorry, it's 2004. Let me not get ahead of myself. It's 2004. I started having trouble again, and I couldn't figure out why. So I went back to the doctors, and he said, "Oh, you got a virus." Now, I had something in my eye called sixth nerve palsy back in 2002. That was the problem with that eye. It was caused by inflammation. Then in 2004, I had a virus due to inflammation. Go back to 2006. I'm paralyzed from the waist down. Don't know what's going on. Ran all sorts of tests. Come back, you have something called transverse myelitis. And I said, "Don't sugarcoat that. What is it?" He said, "You're paralyzed from the waist down because your spinal cord is inflamed due to a virus transversely, meaning straight across." So from my waist down, I was paralyzed for 2 years. Within that, going to 2007, a year later, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. After he told me back in 06, 6/6 of 06, granted 666, I have to tell you that transverse myelitis is usually a precursor to multiple sclerosis, but I'm not telling you you're going to get multiple sclerosis anytime soon. The very next year, to the day almost, I was diagnosed with MS. I was going in and out of the hospital every 3 months due to relapses. I had relapsing remitting. Fast forwarded, I was on all sorts of shots for it, all sorts of medications, in and out of the hospital. I had quite a few plasma transfers. I had MRIs to the point where, oh my gosh, I must glow in the dark from all the gadolinium. Been in the hospital way over 100 times, too many times that I can't count. Almost died a couple times, scared the crap out of my mom. Wind up getting a very good neurologist who offered me, after going through all the medications for it, except for Tysabri because of inflammation and the viral, he didn't want to give me that because of that PML. No. My new neurologist comes up with Mavenclad, which is a chemotherapy drug. Best drug out there. I took it for 5 days, was off of it for 5 days, waited 2 weeks, did it again, 5 days on, 5 days off. And then I waited 10 months and restarted it over again. And ever since then, I didn't have to take nothing else. I now have primary progressive multiple sclerosis, smoldering, which means things that have gotten me in the past can come back and haunt me again. When I was going through all the hospitalizations, they were putting me in rehab and like teaching me how to walk all over again. My hands wound up like this. I couldn't open them. Beings that I had a lesion that was on my spine that comes out of my spine and into both my arms. So from fingertips to shoulder blades on both sides, I have no feeling. They're always constantly numb and tingling. They feel like they're on fire because of nerve damage. The coordination's off. My eyesight's not really good. My balance is not good. At times my speech is not good. My memory is atrocious. And that all comes with the territory, unfortunately. But I just wanted to put my story out there. Do me a favor. If you know something's wrong with your body, talk to someone about it. If they don't give you the answers that you want, get a second opinion. If you have to, get a third and fourth and fifth and sixth opinion. Do not take what they're telling you. If you feel it's wrong, advocate for yourself, please. And if you can't, find someone who will. Tell them your story. Tell them your story. Don't be afraid to. If you need help, speak up. If you need it, contact me. I'll advocate for you. My name is Penny Gibson. I am MS Fire Fairy. You can find me on Instagram under MS Fire Fairy, as well as TikTok on MS Fire Fairy. You can find me on Facebook under Penny Gibson. My big goal is to make jewelry. 50% of all my sales goes back to the Multiple Sclerosis Society to help find a cure. I have a donation Cash App strictly for donations that go straight to the MS Society. It's $MS Warrior 2, the number 2. Even if it's $1, it's all greatly appreciated. My email is firefairyfavorites@gmail.com. Or you can email me at my personal, which is Penny HRC, as in cat, @gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening to my story and coming to my channel. And until the next time, you all have a great night and stay blessed.